Yo, what is up, everybody? Back again. Y'all already know what
Nail,
it is.
play that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, this man got the background.
You already know, man. Get that money, man. Get that money. Take to the house. Ain't no fucking shit. Easy money. Easy money. Well, it should be easy money, but like
Look,
I
knock
said,
on wood, knock on wood.
Look at the rookies we drafted. We got Dean and we got Davis. Two from Florida. It doesn't get better than that shit.
yeah, put that shit up.
As Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first,
You're
you're
last.
last.
Exactly.
Second place is at 2.
Definitely gonna make up for it.
Trust me. I need a sports podcast, man. I need it. We out. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the I Need a Sports podcast. It's your boy Bryce, dog Cam, our guy Chris. You see, Chris, you already know what time it is, man. It's been a long time coming. We've been missing out the last couple weeks, but we're back with an NBA episode today. Tomorrow we're not going to be filming an NFL episode. One, because everything that's been happening, kind of want to see if DeMar Hamlin is able to get any more progress getting back healthy. Prayers out to him. That's one of the scariest injuries. That is the scariest injury I've seen ever watching the NFL, and I think in NFL history, because he damn near died on the field. Shout out to the paramedics on both sides. Were able to resuscitate him and get him to the hospital safe. But yeah, just prayers up to him. Hope he pulls through. But this weekend, like I've been talking about for the last couple weeks, and it's finally here. I'm headed to Vegas Friday. See the Chiefs Raiders game Saturday afternoon. But Friday night, I'll be filming a podcast live with Cam from the hotel room. Get those picks locked in, and then I'm gonna, hit up that Bet MGM Sportsbook. Saturday morning, I'm gonna be in there up until game time. And then I'll probably go back after the game, not gonna lie, just be in there for the rest of the day betting and stuff. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a lit weekend. Got another vlog coming for sure. But that's enough of all that. Let's get into this NBA action. We got a lot to talk about, man. And we might have had two of the greatest NBA performances happen within a week span since we've last done an episode. First, it was Luka, 60 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists, the first 60-20 game or triple-double game in NBA history. Not even Wilt has done that. And then that looked like one of the best games ever. And then yesterday, Donovan Mitchell goes for 71 in overtime. And it's funny because they kind of both did it the same way. They came back late, and then they had to intentionally miss a free throw at the end of the game. And they both got their own rebound and put it back. So, two historical performances. Gonna give Cam and Chris thoughts, but I just want to ask, what is it? Is Donovan Mitchell's performance like I said, Luka, when that happened that night, everybody's like, damn, this one of the best performances ever. Like, this shit ain't never been done. And then Donovan Mitchell follows it up with 71 a week later. Did he steal Luka's thunder a little bit and he got the best performance of the season? Or how y'all fare on these two games? I'm gonna let Chris go first since it's been a minute since he's been on the podcast, man.
Bro, I don't even know if it's fair to say one is better than the other. 60-20-10 is tough. And in the fashion that he did it is kind of tougher. I mean, you could say with Donovan Mitchell, he carried. He definitely carried. Like he brought the team to the overtime. You feel me? When it came to overtime, he was the person scoring. Like his engine did not stop. 71, and he almost had a triple-double himself. He was 2 rebounds short of that. I would say I would say low-key, I would say the Donovan Mitchell performance is a bit more impressive.
Okay. I mean, and it was an efficient 71 too. Like
Efficient
it's not like
71.
Kobe's 81 where he was just getting up
Throwing
shots
them
on
up,
top of
yeah.
shots. Donovan Mitchell went 22 for 34 from the floor.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, in overtime, he had 13 of the Cavs' 15 points. The only problem I have with his performance is I don't know why the Bulls fouled him to get him to the
At the end to get him to
70-point mark.
71.
It was 12 seconds left. The game is over. He passed the ball to Osman. Osman passed it to someone else. They could have fouled any time they wanted. They got the ball back to Mitchell, and then the Bulls decided to foul. And it's like, even the commentators were like, what are they doing? Like, where's your pride? Y'all gonna let him score 70? I wouldn't let him do that. I mean, hey, 71 is 71. And
Yeah.
it's better than D-Book's 70, which is the only other
It's way better than D-Book
Way
70.
better
Yeah.
than D-Book 70.
I mean,
I actually-
70 is 70. Don't get
Yeah,
it twisted.
70 is
Nah.
But
70 is 70.
Mitchell won
I
the
mean,
game.
70 is 70, but D-Book 70. People was arguing about that today on social media. I was looking at that. They were saying why D-Book's 70 was more impressive, and I just did not. They had to be like super D-Book fans because he got most of his points when the game was. It was a blowout game. I forgot who they played, but it was.
They got waxed by the Celtics.
He was shooting open threes in the corner because they didn't care to block to close out anymore.
Yeah, so no, 71 on 22-34, definitely tough. And the dub to bring it on home. Yeah, that's a legendary performance right there. But how you feel, Kim? Luka or D Mitch?
Man, like Chris said, it's tough to pick, either one, saying which one is better than the other one. But I'm gonna go Luka, man. 60, 20, and 10 is
Nah, for sure.
crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't what just like
that's what I'm saying. I can't choose one of the others.
Yeah,
it's like he did get 70. He was only 2 rebounds short, but 20 boards with
20 boards and Luka. Okay, Luka is 6'8" and all, whatever, but he got 7-footers on the floor with him. And this man is grabbing 20 rebounds. He did something Wilt never even did, and Wilt has done everything.
Yeah, no. When I saw that stat,
a few times,
exactly, a few times. So it's just like, I don't know. That's crazy. Like, I don't know how anyone can beat that. 60, 20, and 10 is crazy, but 71 with 11 assists. 11 assists, you had.
Bro, yeah, you got
71.
I can't do that in 2K, bro. I ain't gonna count.
Bro.
Because ain't no way, ain't nobody else getting the ball when they touch my hand to drop 70.
That's what I'm saying. You dropped 71 and you still had 11 assists. So it's like, it's hard to choose one. But if I had to, gun to my head, I'll go Luka, man. Because 60, 20, and 10 is nuts. I'm sorry.
Man. So, okay. So that's on me to tiebreaker. I'm going to give out a few stats before I make my decision. Because it really, like, this is like neck and neck. So, for one, like we were saying, just to put more emphasis on how much of a GOAT Wilt was, there's been 6 players to score over 70 points in NBA history. Wilt Chamberlain has done it 6 times himself, for one. So that's crazy in itself. 2, like you said, Luka did some 60, 20, and 10, never been done, not even Wilt. But then at the same time, Donovan Mitchell accounted for 99 of the Cavaliers' points. That's the most ever, and Wilt Chamberlain hasn't done that either. Like, I don't know. It's really tough. But I would give it to Luka only because Luka's was more, I guess, statistically impossible. They were down 9 with 30 seconds left. And I forgot what the stat was, but literally no team had won when down that many in like 12,000 games. And of course, Luka does that and caps it off with missing the free throw to himself and then carries them to a dub. And against a pretty tough New York defense. Like Chicago, I don't know what's going on over there. It seems like Billy Donovan has kind of lost the team, but Chicago is not good and their defense is awful. So that kind of lessens. It doesn't lessen 71. I'm not saying like, oh, that was easy. Like, anybody gets 71 on them. But like Luka did against that tough Knicks defense and brought them back from down 9, 30 seconds. I'm going to have to give the edge to Luka. But it's really crazy that we were literally sitting there like, dang, Luka played the best one, probably one of the best games of this generation that we'd have never seen. And then Donovan Mitchell literally 1 week later, like, hold my beer. Like, Luka was saying, I need a, what do you call it? A recovery beer. Yeah, and Donovan Mitchell was like, yeah, let me hold that and give you 71. So crazy NBA being played. With that being said, segues into the next topic I wanted to ask. What is the deal? Like, is it that these players are becoming this gifted. Like, I mean, you look at the talent coming in. Like, when Wembanyama comes in, 7'6" guard. Like, he's literally an alien. What Kevin Durant is doing right now, I think he's shooting like something crazy, like 62% from mid range. And I seen some crazy graphic. It's like, you got the hot spots on the court. Every part of the court is Kevin Durant's hot spot except the top of the key. That, like, every part is green. That's how well he's been shooting the ball. So, like, is it just people are that talented on offense, or is the NBA not playing defense no more? Because it's so many players averaging 30. Luka 60, 20, 10. Mitchell 71. And B just had like 50 the other night. Jokic had like 41, 15, and 15 a couple weeks ago. Played 54 yesterday. Like, what is going on, man? Is offense or bad defense?
I think it's both. Well, let me say, so there's a gap that's starting to go really far apart. Like, the gap's it's starting to widen. And I think obviously the talent coming in is greater. That's just how sports, anything in the world is going to work. As things continue to go on, they get better. But on top of that, you got people in the league, like for example, name a guard that you would consider, like, aside. I mean, you got Drew Holiday, right? But like, we don't really have those guys that them top three positions, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, who's like known for their defense and they're a star because of it. Like, I remember growing up, and I mean, he wasn't no star, but I was an OKC fan. So Cephalosha was literally a starter because he was good at defense.
Yeah,
Tony Allen was literally a
lick.
starter because he was good at defense. We don't really have that no more. But on top of the reason we don't have that is because nobody can play defense no more. It's easy fouls. It's an easy foul game. Like, for the past 3-4 years, it's been about protect the players. Protecting the players, you can't play no defense.
Yeah. No,
That is kind of true.
That's true. And shoot, I watched that Tim Donaghy documentary on Netflix a couple weeks ago, and it had a clip in there where Shaq was basically saying, like, "Hey, I know I can get away with stuff because David Stern had came down and basically, told the refs, like, people are paying to come see the stars. You better not foul them out of these games because this is who they're here to see. That's what they're paying to see." And like, protect the players and let them get easy buckets because you can't hand check no more. You know how the old has, man, back in the day, you could literally push them wherever you want to go. You know how they get. But yeah, man, this offensive explosion, it's crazy to see. And like, I used to be kind of scared, like, all the dudes we grew up, there's really just LeBron left at this point. But I used to think, like, man, I don't know, like, what the NBA gonna be like when we get out. But boy, the league in great hands, boy. These are some elite hoopers, and it's all about getting buckets now. And they got some bucket getters. Like, it's all the young talent too, like Tatum, Doncic, Shai, who's out tonight, but like, he's been a bucket for OKC all year. Giannis, of course, who, despite doing all this, I was just checking the stats before we started talking to Cam, Chris. Giannis had 36, 8, and 5 headed into the fourth. And it was just a regular Tuesday night for him. Nobody even bats an eye like, oh, that's a crazy ass stat line. But because it's Giannis, it's like, that's a regular night for him. Like, he
so annoying.
Wake up and do that.
It's so annoying, bro.
like,
relax.
It is. And I would check the stats right now just to see what he had now. 47, 10, and 7. 3 minutes left in the fourth.
Jesus
so, like,
Christ.
probably about to be another 50-piece game. And quite possibly a triple-double if he can get 3 assists in the last 3 minutes or so. But that's the type of league it's becoming, man. Buckets on top of buckets. Like Uncle Drew said, it's all about buckets. And speaking of Uncle Drew, man, let's talk about them Nets. Because they got rid of Steve Nash, who, I mean, we had already said he should never been a coach in the first place. But Jock Vaughn deserves a lot of credit. He got them boys hooping, and the Nets kind of look like contenders now. I mean, I still don't know if they'll have enough defense to really go toe-to-toe with the Bucks or Boston in a 7-game series, but they're on a 12-game winning streak right now. They look great. KD, like I said, is on a historical tear. And Kyrie, man.
Looking like Kyrie.
the best fourth quarter scorer in the league. I think he's averaging like 10 point something points, like 10.4 points a game or every fourth quarter, leading the league. And I was talking to one of my frat brothers yesterday. We were talking to the group chat. I was like, bruh, if you cut out all the outside BS, I know Kyrie has done a lot off the basketball court. But if you just cut all that mess out and we're just talking strictly basketball, I think Kyrie might be the most talented player ever, like skill
Ever?
wise.
Skill wise? Okay.
Yeah, not like
Okay.
I mean, I don't. What's the definition? Like, what's the skill, talent? Like, how do I say that? I'm saying skilled is where like he can do anything he wants to do with the basketball, and it looks effortless. It don't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
what dribble
he's
move,
6'1".
what hand, like it don't matter.
He's
He's so
six
Yeah.
one.
he's 6'1", like
He's 6'1".
he's so damn fluid.
6'1" doing putback dunks.
So 6'1" doing like fadeaways over like big guards. Like
And like he gonna make it. Like
Off
you know he
like
gonna make it.
he gonna make it.
off like 3-4 pivots, 2 pump fakes here. Oh, you put your hand up last minute. Okay, well, last second, let me change it to my left and do
Right.
this. And this is with ease. Like, and the crazy thing is the putback dunk. I used to watch his high school highlights and early college. He got hurt a couple games in at Duke, but he used to yam in
Yeah,
high school. So it's
damn.
like he
So,
always has that in the back. He just doesn't choose to use it,
They still going drug
which is
test him.
crazy. Oh yeah, you know it's
They gonna
coming, but
drug
like.
test him.
Man, he is a hooper for sure. But y'all think the Nets are real contenders? Looking at this 12-game win streak, and how much credit are you giving Jock Vaughn?
I think they're real contenders for sure. I think that coach he should get a lot of respect now, a lot of looks because he got these guys playing. I'm not saying their defense is like obviously not like their defense is not like the Celtics, their defense is not like the Bucks. Like it's not like on that level, but it's good enough to like it's
Win
good enough
games.
now, yeah, to win games and like compete with those type of guys. And that's kind of tough when they're playing, good enough defense and they putting up points to like where you can't stop the two greatest ISO players to ever play the game. So he's got these guys humming, man. When KD shooting 60-something% from the midi, I mean, it's tough to stop.
It's not. It's unstoppable. Like you can't stop it. You're not gonna block it. You just have to hope he
can't
misses.
block it. Exactly. You gotta hope he misses, and that's very rare, very 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 rare because he might miss 6 times a game. He might miss 6 times a game. Other than that, he straight buckets, all buckets, easy money sniper, as he like to call himself. But I think they're contenders, man. Now I don't know if they made it to where they can beat the Celtics in the 7-game series. I still think the Celtics is the best team in the East. I would love to see that series like in the playoffs, a 7-game series of them. I would like to see them up against the Bucks once the Bucks are all healthy and stuff like that.
I need that.
So I mean, those 3 teams right now, in my opinion, in the East. But I don't want to put them there yet with the Celtics. I gotta see it first, but
I mean, hey,
it's tough.
12 games in a row in the NBA is hard because
They
every
figured
night,
something out.
and right now the Celtics getting waxed by the Thunder without SGA. So I mean, just like NFL, any given Sunday is any given day in the NBA. Like you don't come to play. At the end of the day, these are still the best hoopers in the world, no matter if they suck. So, hey, it is what it is.
They definitely figured something out for sure.
For sure. Yeah. Y'all excuse me. I know y'all saw me, banging my head because my boy DeJuan Harris hit a 3. I'm watching Kansas Tech, man.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Got Kansas for the dub. Got some of McCullough props because he's going up against his old squad. So yeah, man. I'm tuned in, always watching live reactions of if these bets gonna cash or not. But how you feel about the Nets, Chris?
I think they're contenders for sure. Because I was talking to somebody about it, and even before their 12-game win streak, they was on a 4-game win streak. But and their only loss in between that was Boston. So, we're gonna see them play Boston again within I think the next week or so. The 12th. But oh man. I think they're contenders. I don't think they're championship contenders. I think they're deep playoff run contenders. But I don't know about championship. And I'm really iffy on saying deep playoff run contenders because I still got my favorites ahead of them. Like I do like the Cavs more. I do like the Bucks more. I do like the Celtics more. And I want to give the coaches credit, which I do give his credit. I mean, 12 games, that ain't just the players. I mean, but what if it is though? Like the noise then quiet down about Kyrie, right? He focused now. Like if I'm Steve Nash, I'm in my house and I'm like, well, we ain't got all that bullet going on no more. And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm finna be
That's
hating it. I'm finna
facts.
look on the other side of the coin of it. It really could just be that the team can actually focus on playing basketball now. But then it also, I mean, like I said, you got to credit the coach. That's 12 games. But I don't think that this was impossible with Steve Nash. I think this is the team that we expected to see
Oh yeah,
a
this is the
couple
team.
years ago. You know what I'm
This-
saying? And that was still with Steve Nash. Like,
Also, I mean, if you really look at that little 12 games, that they on. I mean,
how you
it
feel about that
wasn't.
competition? How you feel about the competition?
Yeah, like it wasn't
That's what,
really
and yeah, and
tough.
that was,
Like,
and that's the other thing that people bring up is the competition that they had on this 12-game streak. Like, 4-day playing. That's why I wanted. That's why I'm waiting to the 12th because they play Boston again. Hopefully, it's two healthy rosters, and we can see how the new year gonna be for real. Like how we starting this year off in basketball for real.
but like, don't get me wrong. Like Bryce said, 12. I mean, 12 games is hard
12
in a
games is
row.
hard. It's
It's
tough.
hard in NBA. But it's a little context. It's a little context in there for sure. I can see it's a little context in there for sure.
I mean, I understand everything y'all saying, but at the same time, I feel like sometimes it just take the right coach that can connect with players and
That's
make the
fair.
players want to play for him. Just like how
That's fair.
Boston Boston was always a good team, always a contender with what's his name? Who's the
Brad Stevens.
GM now? Yeah, Brad
Oh yeah.
Stevens. Then they get rid of him, or not get rid of him, but he moves into the head office, steps down from head coach. Ime steps in, and at first they were trying to figure it out, and then they started playing for Ime, and they go on a run to the finals. I think Jock Vaughn, whatever he's doing, I mean, Steve Nash was a hooper too, obviously, but like Jock Vaughn was also a pretty good player, Kansas boy, you know what I'm saying? So he
Mhm.
bred different, but I think that everybody really just messed with him like as a coach and as a person, so they willing to go out and play that much harder for him, and they just look like it's not just KD and Kyrie. Like yes, KD and Kyrie are doing what they do because they're
No, yeah,
all
it's
world
everybody.
talents,
It's
but
O'Neal,
Nick
it's Claxton,
Claxton is like
uh,
balling out of his mind.
Muta.
Yep. Royce O'Neal, just an all around player, which is one of those glue guys you need on a championship team. Ben Simmons even looks more confident. Like he's not being shy about taking it to the rim and
Yeah,
actually
Ben is out
shooting a
there.
little bit.
He hasn't really hit a free throw yet, though.
Baby steps, baby steps. I'm just happy to see him actually attack the rim and look at the basket for once and not try to pass it out. But I mean, they're hooping for sure. But like Chris said, that test versus Boston, that's a game both
It's gonna be
both
yeah.
teams get up for. Is it in Boston or is it in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
Okay, yeah. So let's see if they can protect their home court.
And
But
one of the things we brought up before the season started was that the Nets ain't have no bench, and now they
Mhm.
bench is they can go about 8 deep confidently. So Durant and Kyrie not gonna get
shoot,
tired.
maybe
They
9,
got
10.
shooters. They got shooters.
Because
got
Curry
shooters.
coming off the bench, Sumner is a nice surprise. Harris.
Something all right.
I mean, sometimes he be coming in and getting buckets out of nowhere. I'm like, I don't even know who you are. But like, what's the
Utah.
Asian Utah?
Yeah, Utah.
Hey,
won
He
the-
buddy,
the
buddy,
10.
boy, he
nice.
let it fly.
They
Buddy
say he the
nice.
best shooter in the world.
So
Buddy, nice.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely something to look out for. The crazy thing is though, because like we're saying, like it's the Bucks, the Celtics, and them. Two of those teams are gonna have to play each other in the second round if they don't mess around and match up in the first round. So that's gonna be crazy in itself. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm glad they're finally hooping like we thought they should have hooped
They
way back
should've,
when they
yep.
first got Harden even when Harden left, and then they were going through all the struggles. And like you said, Kyrie, he's provided no distractions. Hopefully, he can keep his head out of the media waters and just stay focused on hooping. Because right now, the one thing I will say, even though I'm not ready to call them championship contenders just yet, but if Kyrie's able to stay distraction free, and you got him hooping the way he's hooping right now, I don't know who can necessarily stop them if they on, because those are
Yeah,
the two
nobody
those are
can
the
stop
two
him.
most talented offensive players in the league at they peak. And if they got it going, it's gonna be like LeBron and Kyrie in that finals, where it's like they're both probably getting 40 and there's nothing you could do about it. So you better hit
And
all the shots you can.
they really the one team in the East that's like you gotta outscore them. It's not really they're not trying to play defense like all the other all the other teams they doing defense and offense, but they mostly they kind of remind me of the Warriors back in the day when they were just putting up 130 points but not playing no real defense. Like you gotta outscore them. These can't keep
Bro,
up with that scoring like that.
facts.
No.
Bruh, it's like it seems like this next team belongs in the West, not the East, because the East is usually like defensive minded
Yep.
teams.
Under
Most of the
100
time.
points a
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
It seems like this team is like supposed to be in the West. I don't know.
Man, speaking of the West, man, let's talk about it. This is an argument that we've been meaning to have on here because we was arguing in the group chat all day when it first occurred, man. But we're gonna throw it back to Christmas games. We're supposed to have an episode that week, but we got caught up. But the whole headlines off this offseason was after that playoff series last year between the Warriors and the Grizzlies, John Draymond had their banter back and forth on Twitter. And then in the offseason, Ja was saying, we're going to see them boys on Christmas at the crib. And Draymond was like, no, you know how this go. We the champions. You got to come to us. And Ja was basically like, it don't matter. Wherever it's at, it's up. And then you got people in the background, Dylan Brooks, in press conference talking about, like, we're really building a dynasty and they haven't won anything. And then on Steph Curry is out. So he's not even playing in this game. And the Grizzlies go in there and drop a straight dud. And then Klay Thompson, I think it was like the Warriors got like 6 texts that night and they still whooped him. But Klay Thompson got a text for literally taunting Dylan Brooks after hitting a 3. And Cam, as y'all know, or if y'all don't know, y'all gonna find out, he hates Klay Thompson's guts and thinks he just needs to be humble. But me, I'm saying, why the hell do he gotta be humble when the Memphis Grizzlies ain't humble and they ain't won a damn thing yet? Like, yes, they talented and young and they doing their thing, but they still not consistently great just yet. And they still got a lot of things they need to fix before they can be true contenders and even think about let's get to a championship first before we even talk about building a dynasty. But especially Dylan Brooks, who's a role player and he's very hot and cold. How you got a problem with Klay, 4-time NBA champion, second greatest shooter of all time, talking mess? He's earned it at this point. And I get it. He hasn't started the season that great. But like I said, man, he's literally come back from the 2 worst injuries a basketball player can have. He's never just gonna snap back into Klay just like that. But as you see, I know
He's
it's the home games. The Warriors are just the role players are slowly starting to find their groove. Poole is kind of hooping. Klay Thompson finds groove 54 yesterday. Draymond is hit like a 3-pointer in like 5 straight games, I think. And our running joke, if Draymond hit a 3, it's probably over for you. That means everything's going for him. I'm just saying, man, Kim thinks the Warriors will get humbled still at the end of this year. But in the Western Conference, there's not a team that you will bet your money on right now that's going to beat them in a 7-game series. I do not care.
Who you gonna choose, Cam? Because I don't gonna lie, I don't see nothing. 7 games.
Give me the Pelicans.
Stop.
They're
not ready for that type.
They're not ready for that.
Give me the Pelicans, man. Give me the Pelicans.
I don't think they.
I think defensively they can hang with them. They'll run around all them screens, all them little plays that they be having,
The
and
Pelicans can't score fast enough.
but they deep, and they won't get tired.
Man, you could be as deep as you want to be. The issue is like if you go down the courts, like, and everybody knows you can literally start a game against the Warriors like 12-0, bro. It don't matter. That's 4 possessions for them.
Yeah,
They
the game
looking,
runs.
they looking for the 3, and they make
They
them.
should have lost yesterday. They gave up a 21-point lead. The Hawks were up like 7 with a minute or so to go. And then Klay Thompson starts raining more threes. The next thing you know, they're going to overtime. And the one I texted in the group chat where I'm like, man, right when it went to OT, when I was like, bro, they just went to OT on some crazy stuff. Klay Thompson shoots, what was it, 2? So it wouldn't even have counted as a 3 if he made it. He misses it. Poole gets it, does something stupid. DeJounte blocks the shot, but then it gets blocked right to DiVincenzo, who hasn't hit a 3 all game. Cash. Like it's nothing. Like you just know at the end of the day, the Warriors are going to find a way. And it's going to piss you off. Because you're going to be like, bro, they should have lost. But it's kind of like the Tom Brady effect. Like, man, you just know that the other team is going to find a way to shit down their leg and give them the opportunity, and they're going to capitalize. And they play the Pelicans in the playoffs, man. I'm telling you, you're going to get reminded real quick why CJ McCollum is terrible and so Dame those playoff series versus the Warriors because they're going to kill him.
Who's gonna stop Zion?
We don't got to stop Zion.
Oh,
We just
come on,
contain him.
Zion just look. Zion
You can't
just
contain him.
No, but look, Zion
that,
just
man.
dropped like 40, I think, the other day or yesterday or whenever the last time they played. He dropped like 40. What's 40 points to 125? Like that ain't nothing.
Then you got Brandon Ingram. And you got CJ.
You just hope,
healthy.
but you just hoping that they're gonna be on. Like I would never bet anything if it was a versus, bro, and it was like who gonna be more consistent this game. I promise to God, I'm not picking a Pelican.
Yeah, not over the Warriors for sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick the Warriors.
But you just said they could beat him in a 7-game series. That's
but he was saying like who would you bet like if if they were to be more consistent.
Yeah, but consistency
that
wins
answers
games.
your question right there.
That
The
answers your
7-game
question.
series consistency gonna have to be it.
Not always. I mean, sometimes. No. I'm saying like sometimes you can be consistent, but sometimes the other team that's not consistent, they get sometimes
also be consistent.
Yeah, they can like.
Oh, but if I'm
get lucky
consistent,
a couple times.
if I'm consistent 4 times, you're only consistent 2 times. What that mean?
Yeah, but those other 2 times.
Yeah, series is over.
It can be close game. You know how they just came back. You know how the Warriors just lost the 21-point lead. Something like that could happen, and the Pelicans can like win the game or like some crazy shit like that.
You banking on that happening 4 times out of 7.
I mean, I'm banking on that like one out of the couple times.
So back to the initial question.
At the end of the day, like as Draymond says it's gonna be the Warriors Invitational, and it's gonna be versus either the Bucks, Celtics, or the Nets.
I don't see it this year. Honest to God, I really don't see it this year. They haven't looked good.
I don't want to see it either, but I just
know they're on a 5-game win streak without Curry, bro.
5 games at home. It was 5 straight games at home.
But I'm saying,
it's a dub.
But it's at home. They only win home games.
But I'm saying, you think come playoff
they're
time,
the 9th seed.
I'm saying,
well, I don't care about their seeding.
Yeah, I really don't.
I don't
it's gonna be playing games if they finish.
You just got to be the 8th seed to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you think they're not gonna be, I get they're terrible on the road. Like there's no excusing that. They need to fix it. But you think they can come playoff time, they're not gonna be able to steal 1 game on the road. That's all they're gonna need to do. And then once they steal that one, all the pressure's on the other team.
You don't think these other teams can steal at least 1 game? I mean, that's easy to say.
No, that's the problem. They've been hooping at home, and they the defending champions. Like you just know at the end of the day. Like I'm not a Warriors fan. You know this. They literally ruined the Rockets franchise.
They ruined basketball, bro.
But you know at the
they made
end
me
of the
like
day,
LeBron.
They're gonna find a way. Like, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And this is like Curry getting injured. Honestly, is the best thing that happened. Kind of like when Dak got hurt for the Cowboys, because it made them realize, like, okay, we gotta get these other pieces going. We gotta do some other things. And now they're getting their piece together. Clay's finally getting his group back. Poole, I'm still not sold on Poole because he's a little too inconsistent, but he's still like
I mean, but he not
He can
supposed to
be a
be Mr.
flamethrower.
Consistent though.
Yeah,
Right,
he can be a
exactly.
flamethrower, and he'll randomly give you 40, and it'll be like, well, damn, when he give you 40 and Steph and Clay got 20 and 30, then it's like,
Can't lose.
can't lose. So, and Draymond gonna be a annoying pest everywhere, getting under the other team's nerves. And like, you play a team like Memphis, I can guarantee Jaren Jackson gonna be in foul trouble because he can't stay out of foul trouble. Ja still can't shoot consistently as good as he is, but I'm sorry. At this point, Ja is really just a lesser Russell Westbrook in his prime because he's not putting up triple doubles, and he's just the explosive factor. I get it; it's wild. Like Ja can dunk on anybody from anywhere on the court, but other
That's
than that,
cool, but that don't win games.
they don't win games. The Suns, they're done for. Like they've been ruined. Luka took their whole soul away last year. Luka, he's great, but it's gonna be too much for him to carry them for 4 wins against that Warriors team. That he's just gonna get burnt out doing that. He got no help. Who else? The Clippers, if they can be healthy, yes, but
They're
PG,
not gonna be healthy, bro.
Kawhi, I'm not trusting them at this point. That's looking like one of the worst basketball trades.
I don't know.
Denver,
they've been playing good lately.
Jokic
Clippers
gonna
playing
get killed
good.
in the pick and roll.
I mean,
That's
they
the
deep. They deep too. I mean, all these teams you're naming, except for like the Mavs and other teams, probably like Memphis, they're not really like that deep. But these other teams y'all naming, they are just as deep as
They
the
are
Warriors, if
the
not
Clippers.
more.
But the issue with the Clippers is that I don't think they're gonna find their footing in time. Like these other teams, they've technically they've been playing like these past few years consecutively together. Aside, I mean, I guess you can say the Warriors and Clay, but that don't change a thing. They've been playing since they was in the league together, so that don't even matter. But the Clippers, they've been sitting here, they've been waiting on this year, but for whatever reason, they can't mesh with each other yet to actually win games at a level where it's like, okay, you a championship. Because I had the Clippers at #1 seed when the season started. I never remember that foolishness. That was crazy. Looking back at it like that,
I
you
mean,
can't
you
just
didn't think
assume.
we thought Kawhi would be playing most of the games. He sat out for like
Exactly.
12 games in a row.
Exactly. And when he do play, they do well, but it's like, are you gonna count on I can't even count on Kawhi to be healthy the whole playoffs if they really were to make a deep run.
He'll play for sure. Playoffs.
He
He'll
gonna find a way
play.
to get hurt, bro.
Yeah, there is that possibility too. But I mean,
Because his health has only gotten worse.
But I'm forget Kawhi. I can't trust Paul George. Like he
No,
did do
playoffs.
it that one time to take him to the Western Conference Finals versus Utah a couple years ago now, but that was versus Utah, who choked every year in the playoffs versus every team they played.
You can't blame Paul George. I don't think you can blame Paul George because I don't think Paul George ever wanted to lead a team for real.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not blaming. I'm just saying I can't trust him to step up to the plate and help knock off a team like the Warriors at this
He'll
point
tell
in
you
his
that
career.
to your face. He'll be like, no, I ain't doing that.
That's a bad shot, man. That's a bad shot.
Because he went to OKC, he was supposed to be Russ. It wasn't. I mean, it was, but it wasn't what he wanted.
Yeah, so I mean, I hate to say it, but like I'll go bet it right now because I'm sure the odds are kind of great. Well, maybe not now because they
probably
on a win
suck.
streak, but
Yeah, they probably.
I'll go bet on the war. I did it last year. I told y'all before Clay even came back. I literally put in a group chat and we could go check this. I was like, bro, y'all know once Clay comes back, the Warriors are just gonna go on a run and win the championship, right? Won the championship. Like, it's just not a team that's built on the Western Conference to beat them in 7.
So
now the Celtics
had to pick a team
and the Bucks.
I mean,
if you had to pick a team in the Western Conference to beat them in the 7 game, who would it be?
Oh yeah, it'll be the Pelicans.
If you had to.
It'll be the Pelicans.
It would have to be Memphis just because Memphis can play them tough, but I don't think Memphis will do it. I don't know if they're ready to go over that hump yet still. It's going to have to literally take Ja's best basketball ever because it's going to come down to a point in the game where Desmond Bane not going to be able to knock down the shot. Dylan Brooks not going to be able to knock down the shot. Ja is going to have to make a shot. And can he? Yes. Will he? I don't know.
So if he don't do it, if Ja doesn't do it, does this get the same rep that Jason Tatum got when he was young and he made a deep playoff run, or is it like, nah, he sucked?
What you mean? Like if
Like,
they lose, like does that discredit Ja?
yeah,
Not like discredit him, but I think you gotta like take note of it. Like if I mean, people are calling Ja one of the greatest young players in the league, and honestly, the way some of the talent is hooping right now, I don't know what y'all's
yeah.
classification as young is, but he might not even be top 5 young players right now. Just
I
to
don't
keep
know.
it a buck, I
I
know
don't.
he's
Wait,
got
when did he
talent.
get drafted?
He was with Zion. You think he's better than
Bro,
Zion? That's his own class right there. He's not
Well,
better
Zion
than
got
Luka.
picked first, so he don't gotta be. He don't gotta be.
Well, I'm saying, but like that's who he's gonna be compared to for the rest
But
of his life.
nobody's better than Zion, though, bro.
yeah,
Not from his class.
Well, I'm saying so that's Luka, that's Zion, there's Tatum.
Ooh.
That's 3 already. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe because he won't get the credit he deserves because he's on a sorry team, even though they just put up 150 on the Celtics in regulation. But SGA is a
Oh,
bucket.
Shay. Yeah,
Oh
Shay
no, no,
bucket.
SJ is a. I
He's
think
a buck.
everybody knows that.
He's a buck. So that's 4 right there.
They gonna build around him soon.
I hope so, because that talent cannot go to waste.
It can't go to waste.
It was supposed to be this year, bro. And then LeBron had to bitch shit. I mean not.
Well, I mean, like I love Ja too. Like he's amazing to watch, but he still hasn't. He still has another couple levels he could take it to if he could ever just
Yeah,
find
Jordan
it.
Poole was in his
I
draft,
think you.
draft
I
class.
think you sleeping on Ja, bro.
I'm not asleep.
I wouldn't say. I don't think in terms of his draft class, he definitely is a top 3.
It's okay.
Well, I would say he top 2 in the draft. Who else was in the draft class?
If you're just
Well,
talking
because
about,
what?
and I was gonna say, if you're just talking about strictly like just his game and not like the rest of the team, his game could get a little bit better, like shooting wise, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Decision making a little bit.
yeah, but like he's doing all it's literally a one man show over there. He's literally doing all that he can. Dylan Brooks is inconsistent. He can't get nothing going. The other guy, I forgot I always forget his name.
Do they have any vets on that team?
Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain, he's a little bit inconsistent too. Like I said earlier in the year, if both of these guys can like be like consistent at least 20 to 25, Jack gonna get you 30 plus. Jack gonna get you 30 plus, no matter
How
what.
many shots is it gonna take him to get 30?
That's what I was gonna say.
Some
The
nights
issue
it's a
with
good 30.
yeah.
And other nights it's a terrible 30. He get 30, but he's 1 for 9 from 3. And it's like you could tell, like, man, if he could ever just figure out a shot, like you're literally looking like, bro, he might end up being Russ if he don't get it together. And you can make the argument he's not even Russ because Russ is putting up triple doubles. So at least, even though Russ might throw up a bunch of bricks, he was creating points everywhere.
Yeah.
John, he's not
Forget that
doing
he's
that
young.
much. He is.
Yeah,
He is. That's
he's
what I'm
young.
saying.
And that's
Okay.
and that's nothing. He got to develop his game more. So that's when if he knows that his shot is not on, he got to get his other players involved and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, it's literally just a one man show over there. It feels like it's just a one man show over there.
Well, that's why I asked, do
It's
they
a
have
one-man
any
show in
vets on that
Dallas.
team? Because they ain't no structure.
Like
It's a-
Steven
They
Adams.
they a young team and they play like kids.
I'm saying.
in
I'm
Memphis.
saying it's a one-man show in Dallas, and I get it's Luka, but Luka is. I think Luka is
Nah.
younger than Ja.
Yeah, but Luka's
different. No,
Luka
That's
is
what I-
stupid
but I'm
different.
saying-
He's
No, no.
stupid
But-
different.
No. Lucas
But I'm
no.
saying that's the generate. Like you get like when LeBron and them came in, it was like, damn, D Wade. They used to make arguments. D Wade is the best shooting guard ever in the league, but it's like, bro, you're not finna say he's better than LeBron, and they in the same class.
No, bro.
It just sucks that that's who we gotta be
No,
around.
Luka,
No, but it's like-
look. Luka is Victor Wembanyama and Ja is Scoot Henderson. If Vic wasn't there, he would be first,
Yeah,
bro.
he
But
would
it
be
just so
first.
happens that a hemoglobin Goliath person.
It's like, okay, with the young guys, it's like Luka is here, and like the younger guys are like here. It's like, Jason Tatum, Jai.
Luka is up there with
Like,
LeBron.
yeah, it's
You
like
feel me?
literally.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair.
Luka is already top 2.
That's
It's
what I'm
him,
saying.
it's him and Giannis.
Okay, but is Giannis considered young too?
No, but I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
so
saying
let's
not
put an
young.
age on it. Let's put
His
an age on
NBA
it.
career,
let's put an
I don't
age
know,
limit on
'cause
it
I've
because
seen people
Ja's
call,
like
like
24. I think. I think he's my
What-
age
when did Justice Winslow get drafted?
in like 2015. I want to say.
Okay, and then when Giannis got drafted.
I don't know, but I mean, he came in the league at 18. It's been a minute. Giannis been in the league for a minute, but I mean, the way the help,
2013.
the
Giannis
way,
came in 2013.
yeah, the way
I heard
training and stuff.
a reporter called Justice Winslow a vet.
Well, I mean, he is.
He kind of
Okay,
is.
so if Justice Winslow's a vet, Giannis old ass definitely a vet.
Okay, that's fair. But okay, so Luka's number one, no doubt about it. You're not taking Ja over Tatum.
No.
That's two for sure. Let's see. Who well okay. I wouldn't count Devin Booker, I guess, because I think he's 2015 as well. So
I feel like we shouldn't. I feel like we shouldn't count Luka. That's how good he is.
Luka is
but
definitely
we got
LeBron,
to.
bro.
We got to.
No, bro, it's
Every
not
time we have like
fair.
conversations and arguments
not
about
fair.
who was better and stuff, Luka's LeBron, bro. You
Yeah,
can't bring
Luka-
him into the fold, bro.
I think we can.
He
We
gonna
can't
be
count-
first anywhere.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like what I was saying. Why I brought Giannis in? He's top 2 in the NBA. Like not
Luka
even young player.
probably
Like
the best in
all
the world.
players. Yeah, like best. He probably is best in the world. Honestly,
I
He
know, but
probably
I'm saying
is.
we're talking about the best young player. So even though it's unfair, Luka takes one spot away. Like I'm saying, where we
That's
got to rank,
tough.
we're trying to
That's
do
Why
this
you don't want to
different.
give Ja one, bro? Why you-
That's tough. That's tough.
That's what I'm
All right,
saying. It's tough.
So if Luka didn't exist,
Tatum is-
didn't exist.
Tatum is number one then. Like that's what it comes down to essentially at this point.
okay.
Okay,
that's fair.
Tatum,
I guess.
Zion.
I mean, Tatum kind of old too, though. But
Is Donovan Mitchell count as young?
Ja better than Donovan Mitchell.
I don't know. They kind of
Ja-
they
it-
do
it-
the same, and Donovan Mitchell is more of a
yeah.
bucket.
And Donovan Mitchell,
And he got
dropping
bunnies, too.
50s.
I'm going Ja. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not
I
mad
think-
at
I
you
think-
for going jaw there. I'm just saying there's an argument to be made, is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying, like this, what I'm saying, my point is, it's hard to say Ja solidified top 3, top 5 of the young players as of
Well,
right
no,
now.
I
Even
said
though
in his
he's
draft
great.
class. In his draft class, I said he's top.
Well,
3.
that's easy. He's the number 2 pick. I put him number 2 in his draft class.
I mean, Jordan Poole in his draft class.
No, Jordan Poole not even. Jordan Poole probably like a top 45 NBA player, top 40, somewhere in there.
That's a compliment for real.
I mean, it is, but like, I'm not putting him anywhere near in this discussion. But y'all said Shay, he's better than Ja. I think we
Shea
all
better
agree
than-
on.
Shea better than Ja.
I think
So-
so. I think Shea got a better IQ. That's what I was saying earlier when I was saying like they play like kids in Memphis. I don't think their coach is a coach that has like if you put a Ja behind. And I guess it's not really the best example because a good example. Well, he's a championship too, but he won less. A good example would be Doc Rivers. Like if Doc Rivers was Ja's coach, he not taking none of that BS that they be doing out there on the court, bro. They be out there throwing the ball around, trying to get posterized instead of trying to win the game. Yeah, Ja's trying to fix his 3-point game, but if you are 1 for 8 from the field and you're trying to win the game, Doc not going for that. Something's gonna change. I'm not blaming the coach. I'm more so blaming the system. Now, what I think is interesting with Ja and his other counterparts is that before Ja was drafted, Memphis was not a contender to me.
Mm-mm.
Nobody was getting on 2K saying I want to play with Memphis.
You know,
So
they
I
had
think
a-
it's impressive, and most of the time, and then you look at LaMelo, right? Charlotte's not a contender, but when you look at these rookies, they go to teams that aren't contenders at all. Like it's not a normal thing for a player
I
like
didn't even
Ja,
think of that.
right? You know what I'm saying? So
I forgot
what?
Lamelo. I
oh
mean,
yeah, LaMelo,
he's
yeah,
just on a terrible team, but
yeah,
hooping
but he's
wise,
playing, yeah.
Lamelo better than Ja.
Huh?
Yo, Lamelo, come on,
I think
now.
it's too soon. I
The
think
Hornets are a garbage franchise, but if you just watch Lamelo hoop, yes, he be doing some crazy stuff, but that boy can hoop.
I think
He
if there's
could
a
hoop.
chart, I think if there's a chart of their talent, LaMelo's line will get to a certain point quicker than Jaws did. But as of right now, I wouldn't say.
He definitely gonna leave Charlotte though.
Oh yeah,
need
he has
to.
to.
For his
But
career.
that's
I
the
hope
issue
he
with
does.
that's the issue with
But-
Jaws that I don't see him leaving Memphis, and that's a problem for me.
The
There's
thing
no-
with
I don't
He
think
gonna
there's
be
any
like
growth there.
Dame.
Yes, Yes.
Yeah, I think he
Especially
is.
as long as all his
He
homeboys
love
stay
him.
there.
Yeah, he
But
loved
Memphis not
Memphis.
letting him go.
No. But the thing with LaMelo, I don't touch on LaMelo. The thing with LaMelo, he don't really put up a lot of points
Well,
necessarily.
he a pass first guard.
Yeah, he's a pass first, but like
Well,
he
The
like
coach's rotation is also very stupid on that. Like I've been betting on him this
Whole
past
team's
couple weeks, and some of the rotations would be like, bro, why are you have LaMelo out for this long and y'all are getting beat right now? Put him back on the court.
I feel
But
bad for organizations like that.
but I mean
Go ahead.
LaMelo, I don't because I don't have the statistics, and he might be statistically worse than Ja right now. But in my mind, LaMelo is a better shooter than Ja.
I think. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, there's no doubt
LaMelo's a
about
better
that.
passer than Ja.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, they're both not elite defenders, so I'm not finna sit up here and be like, well, Ja's defense puts him over LaMelo. We just said LaMelo's a better player.
Okay.
So that's three.
No, LaMelo's not
But
a better player yet. It's different.
wait, hold on.
It's different, bro. It's different, bro.
Ja
It's
better,
different.
Ja a better
I
defender.
just said it.
Ja is a better defender. He do get
defender than
steals.
Okay,
LaMelo.
But look, and he
but
get
we,
blocks. But look,
we just said he's a better scorer and a better passer. So what are we talking about?
well, because
He's
if
not
you
a better
say
scorer. He's not a better scorer.
he's not a better scorer, we didn't say that.
He's a
We didn't say that. We didn't say that.
LaMelo
Better shooter.
He's a better shooter,
Better
but he's
shooter.
not a better scorer than
And we
Ja.
know Ja not a good shooter, bro. That's not
Yeah.
crazy to say. But he still score though. He's a better
Okay,
scorer.
I'll give that one to y'all.
But I would say that it's no in soon time, if Ja don't step his game up like we was talking about, LaMelo was gonna pass him up very quickly. Very quickly.
That's fair. I feel like it's gonna suck if they have to face him in the semis. But I feel like for what they did last year and all the hype job and getting, he gotta at least make it to the conference finals this year.
I don't think they're gonna make it because I don't think they team better than it was last year.
They did lose. They lost a lot of good role players. Like
Yeah.
losing what's his name? Shea.
Milton.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a bad or D'Anthony Mel, my bad. But
D'Anthony, yeah, I said Shake.
that's a
Milton,
bad
Shake Milton.
loss. It was some big man on their team. He was just a solid rebounder. They don't have him.
Oh, Kyle Anderson.
Yeah,
They don't got him either. I don't know if that's who you're talking about. But.
yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not a fan of Jaren Jackson Jr. either. Like watching him play pisses me off. But like they already gave him a bag, so he's there. So it's gonna have to be him and Ja. But like that's part of the reason too they're not good because he can't consistently stay on the floor. That's the first problem. But I'm just saying, man, like I'm not trying to take anything away from Ja. I'm saying in the grand scheme of things of right now, as good as he is and as much hype as he gets, it's a hard argument to put him in the top three at least. I'll give y'all top five, but top three youngest players, you can't even put him there yet.
Okay, how about this? So where's Zion in this?
Well, I thought we were giving him 4.
1, right? Or
No.
wait, 4?
We cannot take Luka out of this. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, my
I
fault.
get
I
it's
forgot about
not
that.
fair, but
about that.
Luka number 1, Tatum number 2. I said SGA as my third.
I'm gonna go Zion.
Because so here's my thing about Zion. Because both
That's
Zion,
what I'm saying.
look,
Well, that's 4 people though. So
both Zion and Ja came in the league making tears. They were both efficient, and then obviously Zion got hurt. What did the Pelicans do in the off time that the Memphis Grizzlies did not do? They made a contender. They made a contender. Memphis ain't done nothing, but Ja has been there and he's been consistent in his numbers. And Zion came back and he's still Zion, right? I don't know, bro. I be betting on his stuff and it don't be hitting sometimes. I be mad because I be like, come on, bro. You can easily get 21 points. Like go in there and get 21 points, but he don't do that sometimes.
Yeah.
The Pelicans have a better team than Memphis, and it makes Zion better as well.
Can we say that though? Like I'm not disagreeing, but Memphis was the number 1 team in the Western Conference last year.
But they were better last year.
But I'm saying the Pelicans haven't done that. And like I get it, that's a large part and reason because of Ja. But they built a good team over there in Memphis. They did.
That's
why
young,
they were
bro.
number 1.
That's why I asked, do they have any vets over there? Because it's too like that matters.
Oh
you
no,
either
it
have
for sure matters.
wisdom, experience, and some vets, or you need to have it in your coach. And they don't have it in both.
I mean,
He can't stay in.
I guess now
Probably
that they
cry.
got CJ, that's a vet. But I mean, the Pelicans are really like the exact same besides CJ, because Willie's
The
a
center
young
name.
coach. This is his second year coaching.
The
Zion
center
and
though.
Brandon Ingram are the best.
Valachunas.
I mean, that's the equivalent of Steven Adams.
The vet.
But I'm saying like that's
Okay,
the
so he
same.
kept Nick Collison for years and he never touched the floor.
Well, I'm saying that's the same thing though. So like they even.
And you got CJ too though. Is that what you said?
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like besides CJ, that's
Like
what
I'm just saying, you got an older person out there leading the team. Like that makes a big difference.
they do. He's not playing because he has surgery and he old, and it be throwing me off because he also has a part-time job on ESPN. So I'd be like, sometimes I'd be like, bro, why you not in the practice gym or something? Why you on ESPN? But they got Danny Green on Memphis too. If y'all forgot, he is over
Oh,
there.
I remember that. If
I,
you say
I,
he don't be connecting with them, all they do is listen to Young Boy.
yeah. So I don't even know if he ever gonna play this year, because like he's literally every time I turn on like NBA show on ESPN, he's always on. And I'm like, bro, are you not in the facility at all? Like,
He the
what's
shooter
going
they
on?
need too.
That's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, it
Memphis
what
is
it
screwed,
man.
bro. It's not a championship city.
But no, that was a good little healthy debate on the young dudes in the
Y'all
NBA.
to the Rockets.
Man, don't even talk about our sorry asses. They piss me off every night watching them, bro.
James Harden, though, I don't know. You want to?
That was
You want to
crazy
come
when I
back?
seen that report. That was
No,
crazy. Y'all wouldn't want
honestly,
him back?
no.
It's gonna happen. Hope you know that.
Well, I mean, if it
Going to
does,
happen.
the it's like Eric Gordon literally said it the best. They asked him the other day straight up, like on the AT&T Sportsnet channel for Houston. They were like, what improvements have the team made throughout this year? He's like, we've made none. Like they literally made
Yeah.
they're the same exact team they were last year.
Yeah.
Bottom
Getting
of the
James not gonna
barrel,
do
and they
nothing.
can't finish.
But they look. This is more. I feel like this year is more promising than last year, because at least like this year, like you can tell, like it's been like it's been some type of improvement from like
Right. I hope so.
from like
It's been a
another guy.
year.
What is the scale of improvement?
It's been a
Because
year.
just keeping it a close game in the third quarter is not improvement for me.
Bruh,
Well,
they won
that
like
is improvement because
they
they
won
would
like
rather get blown out.
They still getting blown out in the fourth.
bruh, they won like 16 games last year. They already had like 10 this year. That's like a big ass jump.
And
But
it's
you
looking
gotta
like
have
a struggle to
improvement,
get to 20 right now. They
You
don't
gotta
let
have
Luka
improvement,
put
bro.
up. They don't let Luka put up over 52 PRA the last 3 games, and they played all those games within a week and a half.
Oh, so hammer Luka next time they play.
No, literally, because we were talking about that on the Prize Picks in the group chat. They were like, "Man, this they third time matching up. No way Luka goes over, right? Like the Rockets got to take some pride." It's like, nope, got ran over right again. They played tough the third time. They got blown out the other 2. Played tough, lost it at the end. I think it was last week we were playing the Celtics. It was some boost on Bet US. If you want to bet US, use the link. I need it sports pod, you know what I'm saying? But no, it was a boost that was like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both plus 30 in the game. And I sent to the group chat, I was like, man, I should bet this. And one of our frat brothers just like, nah, my young boys on the Rockets gonna handle that.
Oh,
Both
nah.
them damn near have 40 and whooped us. Like, come on, man.
Ain't no improvement, Cam. Not any improvement. That's the
think
reason
so.
you feel like it's been improvement is because they've been in the league
Come
and
on,
they're
McCullough.
supposed to get better.
Fuck.
They're supposed to get better. You got the second overall. What was Jabari? Second or third?
He was second. No, he was
All
third.
right.
He was third. He was third.
You got a lottery pick. You're supposed to get better. If you don't look at Jalen Green, you don't look at KPJ, who really ain't all that good to me personally. KPJ, not Jalen Green. And you don't look at Jabari and Alperin. There's
Bruh,
nobody else in that team that
Silas
tells
pisses
me
me
it's
off
time to get
again,
James
bro.
Harden. Bro, he dropped 0, bro. He has 0 points.
Who?
Sagoon.
Well, that's because Silas be playing him for 6 minutes, sitting in for 15.
And that's another thing. He's messing
He's
up
not
like
a championship coach.
he's not a NBA. I mean,
He's not an NBA.
coach.
He's a high school coach. No, he's a high school coach. Say
He's
what
not
you're
a
gonna say.
he's not a head. He's not an NBA head coach. I'm gonna say that he can be like an assistant coach or something like that.
He's a Clear Lake coach.
But man, I see some improvement. Like it's
Yes, you
They
see
look better
improvement.
than last year.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying. But it's not just because they got Jabari Smith.
No,
Like
it's because
he,
they've been in the gym, they've been working out.
yeah,
Yeah. But that
they've
I'm
been
saying that's
getting,
supposed to happen though.
not always.
Most times it's gonna
Most
happen.
most times it happens, but
And the Rockets don't got a sorry basketball program. So they
no,
going, you feel me?
they don't.
We
I mean,
talked about Jalen Green's shot when he came back. Butter.
eventually they're gonna figure it out. Eventually, maybe
Eventually.
it's gonna take some years. Like it's not gonna happen
Yeah.
overnight, but
Yeah.
Man, Kansas up 3 with 2 minutes left.
they just missing a real point guard, and they just missing
A big
a better
man.
a big man and a better
They're
coach.
missing two big men because Alperen and Sagoon Loki do not need to play center.
He
No, he need
don't.
to play power forward, and
Need to play power forward.
honestly, y'all really need to run the offense through him. Me
Yeah,
personally,
literally.
it need to be like a Draymond. It need to be like a Draymond on the Warriors. Like
Because
he
I
need
don't, I don't even like watching the Rockets,
to.
but they always on Root Sports. So it's like if you can't catch a game on NBA TV or League Pass,
They
you
there.
can just go watch the Rockies. And
or
every time Upper and get the ball, even when I went in person, it's a bucket, bro. Like for whatever reason, he knows how to
That's
score,
that
pass.
too. He needs to be more selfish sometimes. Sometimes he be having a bucket and he try to pass it off for one of them to brick. I'm
Oh,
like, bro,
it's not his
just
fault.
take a
It's
bucket. Just
silence.
take
I'm
it.
telling y'all, he's a high school coach, bro. He don't know how to say like you're the best player. You got to go get buckets. He's like, all right, guys, let's go out there and share the ball, get a dub, so somebody parents don't call and complain in an email about the
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is what it is. But that's enough talking about the young players, man. Let's talk about that old head. You know what I'm saying? Father Time. Father Time. Go ahead, Cam. Open this up, man.
Nah, I need an apology. I need an apology.
Apology for
Apology.
what?
No, because you said it was Father Tom. Bryce said it was Father Tom. Bryce said he would decline this year. And this man is 38 years old, year whatever it is, a kid from Akron, Ohio.
Oh God.
I'm distracted by this Kansas game, but keep going. Keep
Oh
going.
no.
The kid from Akron, Ohio, strive for greatness. This man out here averaging like 29, 8, and 6. He's literally willingly carrying the Lakers
I'm sorry.
until the play-in tournament or to the playoffs or whatever. He's doing everything he can at the age of 38 without AD right now.
He is.
And
He is.
it's beautiful to see, It's just
This
beautiful.
hurts.
It's just beautiful to see that, they're wasting another year. The Los Angeles Lakers are wasting another year of LeBron's life, and it kind of hurts to see. But
Yeah.
at
Watching
this
that
point,
Christmas game hurt.
yeah, it
That was
hurts
so sad.
because it's LeBron and it's the Lakers. Like watching the Lakers, it's like it's LeBron and the other guy. It's
You'd be like LeBron versus the Dallas Mavericks.
So it's just
You're damn right.
I don't know, man. It's just it's sad to see. I'm just ready for him to surpass Kareem already. He's under 500, less than 500 points now. So
do
can't
you
wait to see
feel
that
like
happen.
you would allow a trade if they wanted it to happen?
For LeBron to get out.
Mm-hmm. Like, do you feel like? Yeah, I guess it's a two-part question. One, do you feel like the Lakers will feel pressured enough by the public to trade him because they know what they're doing is wrong? They know it's wrong. And if they do decide to get into trade talks, do you think he'd be willing, and where would he go? Where would LeBron James go?
I wouldn't say they would be pressured. I would think he would come to them and would be like, okay, like this is obviously not working.
Yeah, because he's not the type to give up on his team.
Yeah.
That's the issue. That sucks. Because if he did go to them and say something, it would be like LeBron giving up.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Warriors.
Nah.
He said he want to play with Curry.
I don't think the Warriors. Where would he go? Because it's like obviously this team would have to have a lot of draft picks. They have to have a lot of cap space. they'll have to have a lot of what happened.
Bro. They're
Like
trying to
L City over there.
sell, bro. 73-72. Grady just missed a 3 to put the dagger in. 25 seconds left. Tech with the ball.
They
They
call
just called
timeout.
timeout. Yeah. And they probably finna draw up some nice ass play, get a bucket, crowd gonna go crazy and storm the court.
All
But yeah.
because you watching the game.
Oh no, all because I bet the game. Like, bro, come on. Especially after yesterday with Texas Southern, and they.
I don't know where. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
LeBron
where,
going back to Miami.
I don't know where to go. He could. That could be potential, but I don't. Because they would have a team would have to have a lot of, like you said, a lot of cap space. They'd have to have draft capital.
Damn.
No, capital. God, man. Yeah, they would have to have. They would have to have that for sure. They'd have to trade some type of young players for sure. So I mean, we'll have to look around and see what type of team that would have that. I don't really know. I mean,
But he not leaving the Lakers though.
no, he's not gonna leave the Lakers. He's gonna keep signing these 2-year deals with a player option until Bronny James come in the league. He's gonna play with Bronny James for a couple of years. He might wait till Bryce James come in the league.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, if Bryce James is a one and done, Bryce James come in the league, he'll probably play with Bryce. He'll probably be like goddamn 43 at the time. And then
That's crazy. He'll be like, I got my second win. I'm gonna sign another 2 years. He's gonna be 50 by the time he done.
But it's just so sad to see he's playing at this type of level, and he probably won't ever win a ring ever again.
Jeez, at least he's not going out like no Joe.
Yeah.
Oh,
bad word.
throw it up, go, dunk it. And one. Where's the foul? Oh, where's the foul?
Oh no, we gotta be in the same place. These UT and Kansas games for sure.
Bro, what?
Oh, no.
Hey, low key.
They
I
got a
don't know
live
why-
stream. They
I
got a
like
live
low key.
stream.
I don't know when we play in Austin, but if it's on a weekend or something, we could definitely go to that or something.
I'm down. Shit, I'm down. Cause hey, I heard that new stadium is like,
Oh yeah,
nice.
it's
It's top
clean,
tier.
boy. Oh my god, like dude drove to the paint and lost it, and then we got a fast break, and dude tried to block it and hit him and fell on the ground and got hurt, but they called no foul. So now we up 3 with 5 seconds. They need to just foul, send him to the free throw line, bro.
All right, they're gonna pull that Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic on you.
Bro,
been
if they do
working.
that, we ended the podcast right now.
All right, y'all, I gotta go actually.
But to refute what you were saying, I hear what you're saying, but I just want to say, for one, I did not say Father Time was just going to completely kill LeBron. I just said it looked like maybe it might have been catching up to him. So I will say I did say that. But really, my only thing about the Lakers was I was not going to put any faith in them, not because of LeBron, because of Anthony Davis. And
Yeah.
lo and behold, the night he got hurt, bro, I made a prize picks. Sent it to the group chat like, man, boys, this the one that's going to hit. It was a 5-legger for 250. Everything it hit. All we needed was AD points. He come out the first quarter, get 10 points, and when he dunked that last ball and started limping, I literally texted the group chat, bro, don't look now, but Anthony Davis is limping. He tried to walk it off, went to the bench. Okay, he cool. Come back in the game, and he running like he just hurt. And I'm like, bro, I just know Anthony Davis is about to be out of this game. 2 minutes later, Anthony Davis to the locker room. Halftime report. Anthony Davis isn't returning for the game. That's why I'm not trusting the Lakers, bro. Because if Anthony Davis can stay healthy, they would actually be a decent contender team with the way LeBron is hooping right now. And the way Russ 6th man of the year as of right now.
So
they definitely would have an opportunity. But it also just makes my head scratch because it's like, man, y'all motherfuckers is getting paid millions. You can't go get in the gym and go get on the gun machine and get some shots up. That's all they need is for you to knock down a couple shots here and there. And can't nobody do it. And it's mind-boggling. I don't know. Like I was telling you earlier, Grady Dick is a player the Lakers could use like right now. Foul him. Foul. Okay.
He sounds like somebody I know.
Bro, they let them take a contested 3. Like, he missed it, but that could have been it right there. I was like, oh, dang. Because I think I missed on every McCullough prop because he sold me. But because Kansas won, I'm still positive for the day. Because I bet 2 units on that. But dang, we were up 10 with like 4 minutes left. It shouldn't have even been a game. But Vegas had to make it close.
Because you bet on him.
But yeah, man, I it's really sad too. Like LeBron, if he had the right team around him, he could definitely win another championship. But the way the Lakers GMs are act, like Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss, I don't know why they haven't been fired at this point because it's absolutely awful what they've been doing to that franchise. Now I get it, they got a championship, but to see LeBron do this for the past 2 years, I get he was kind of banged up last year, but to watch this and be like, yeah, man, we're just not going to help you out at all. We know you're 38, and even though you're still going, who knows how long you can really keep this up. But while we watch you be great, we're just not going to support you whatsoever and even try to get another ring. Like that.
Because they can still sell them tickets for the same price.
Yeah, that's true. Money talks, bullshit walks. I guess that's what it is, man. I guess that's what it is.
That's sad. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. What's his name? Silver. You gotta do something about that. You gotta do something about that. Ain't no
What
way.
are you gonna do? Like encourage them to make a trade?
I don't know. I mean, shoot, he encouraged them to not go through with a trade or whatever he did with Chris Paul.
Oh no, that was David Stern. David Stern
Oh,
vetoed that.
well,
That's
so
when the
it's possible.
NBA wasn't the fun league it is now. You couldn't build super teams for real. Adam Silver is what let KD happen to the Warriors. That's Adam Silver.
Nah, bro, I'm still not over that. Man, just opened up a memory. 10 in the morning in my dad's room or in my dad's house, my room upstairs. Turn around, ESPN. No, it's fun.
Got PTSD.
PTSD.
That was on July 4th, huh?
I don't even remember. I just remember waking up and turning around and seeing KD is going to the Warriors. I said, no way, this is fake. But I was on YouTube.
Bro, like I was seeing like some old videos of like Russ and KD when they was at OKC and they was like, balling and stuff like that. And in my head, I was like, bro, he really didn't have to leave. Like
that was the worst if you can't beat him, join him I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, and bro, like I promise you,
watch Game 6. Watch Game 6.
Bro, Russell and KD would have, if they would have stayed together, they would at least got at least one, if not 2. They would have got some rings, bro. They for sure would have got.
I seen like 2 videos. One that was talking about like the reason they lost that playoff series was because KD missed like some really important threes.
Yeah, no, go watch the last. I think ESPN has like the last 6 minutes or so of the game. Russ was hooping. KD,
yeah, exactly.
KD literally sold them, and Klay Thompson caught fire.
Stupid. Yeah,
and they won the game, and then Game 7 they took it home. But that series, like as much hate as Russ gets now, and like the whole KD burner stuff was like KD wouldn't win with them guys. Like Russ wasn't like no, KD sold that series, and he wasn't he like the MVP that year too, or no, that was Steph's MVP year because that was the year they went 73-9, and then lost to the Cavs.
And then LeBron. That's the year that I started liking LeBron.
Yeah, because he was able to. We didn't have to listen to Felipe talk mess anymore after they choked the loss.
God, bro.
Since he wanted to be a bandwagon.
I could not, bro, because I was. Oh my God, I could not.
But, yeah, man.
3-1.
Shout out to Klay Thompson for that. By the way, he sparked that. He sparked that 3-1. With the Warriors and Cavs.
What did he say?
What?
Or something?
Yeah, LeBron said. What was that? What did Klay say? Gave a little chuckle. All right.
Only if Dylan Brooks and the Grizzlies could do the same.
I'm telling you, physically, mentally, they are done right now.
Yeah, he did say that.
And that is some crazy stuff to go into locker room and say like, and then they really were like, The way he was like blocking, he was sending Steph Curry shots into the stands and like looking at him like, get that the fuck out of here! Like, what did you do? It,
If I could time travel, I'd probably go back
wrong,
bet on
God.
all those games.
Yeah, bet all of them.
That's the one thing I regret. I never went to go see that Warriors team play in person, and then I did go to see the Cavs play the Rockets, but Kyrie was out like an hour before the game, and I was like, bro, it's the game. James Harden got kicked out because he need LeBron in his nuts. I was at that
I remember
game.
that game.
Yeah, so those are two teams I wish I would have got to see play for real, for real. But hey, this year, boys grown, got a job, man. I'm going to see it all for the future.
Yeah, we grown. We got jobs.
But yeah, man, this was a nice little episode. We're gonna get back to giving y'all basketball content. We had a lot to talk about, a lot to debate, and I know with basketball, it's gonna be a lot of debate. Like football is more just chopping it up, but basketball, this is where we butt heads, and as you see, we have a lot of debates, man. But biggest takeaways from this episode, man, is Ja a top 5 of the youngest players in the league? I'm saying no as of right now. These two are not in agreement with me, but I'll stand on this island by myself. Or the Nets real contenders? Maybe. We don't know. Still got to see more. See them against a few more elite teams in the NBA. But one thing's for sure, Kyrie and KD are some buckets. 3, Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic. I mean, you can't go wrong with either performance, but both legendary. But I think it was 2-1 Luka. But I'm not mad at you for saying Donovan because
I'm not mad at y'all for saying Luka. That's
it is what it is, man.
There's no bad,
there's no
answer.
bad, bro.
Really no bad answer.
There's no bad. So, but yeah, man. NBA season picking up. NFL season playoffs are within the next couple weeks. So once that wraps up, February with the Super Bowl, we'll be full focus on basketball. My boy Cam said he finna get back into betting college basketball. He's a college basketball guru, if y'all don't know. So y'all make sure to tell his picks when he finally gets started. Chris started work, so it looked like we might be able to get him in. Wink, wink. If you listen to this, I'm just joking. Chris is not betting.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that here. But,
you already know, bro.
Yeah, man. But y'all already know what it is. I Need a Sports Podcast. Your kids from the neighborhood. Cam, our dog Chris. We out, man. That's a wrap on this episode.
I need it.